Are you looking for the next craft beer to try? Well, maybe Coffee House Milkshake Stout from Rochester Mills is the one for you. Welcome back, everybody. So today we are going to try Coffee House Milkshake Stout. Now, every year, if you haven't been following me or live around, let's say, the Michigan, Kalamazoo area, every year, Rochester Mills, at least for 3 years that I know, I'm guessing it's more like 5, what they've been doing is putting out like a 12 days of milkshake stout is what they call it. Every time around Thanksgiving, a little bit before. It's actually, I guess, right after Halloween. And what they do is they do Christmas themed beers in their milkshake. Now their standard milkshake stout is pretty good, and over the years it seems like it's starting to fade on the craft beer Facebook group. Some people post them and they're all, some comments are, oh, they're all drain pours this year. We were not going to pick this up, but Hoffman Street did have one last 12 pack and Jessica wanted it, so we picked it up. And then I started looking through them. Usually over the years, most of them are the same and they only change like maybe 3 or 4 out. And this year, as far as I can tell, they're all different ones except for 3 of them. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. Now, this kit is kind of expensive. It does range from $23, and Hoffman did have this for $28. So there is a big gap. So if you're looking for it, I guess if you really want to search for the best price, look around. I know our Myers here did have a ton of them, where usually last year and the year before they were selling out like hotcakes. So enough about that. This is cold brewed coffee with Great Lakes Coffee Roasting Company. Coffee milk stout, ale brewed with milk, sugars, cocoa nibs, and coffee beans. The Rochester Mills does do a good job of putting all the information on here. This is a 5% ABV, 20 IBUs, and featured hop is Magnum. This is brewed with Pilsner chocolate, crystal biscuit, black, white wheat, dark Belgium caramel. Date on here is 4/12/19, and again, this just came out. I've only had it like 2 weeks. It comes out after Halloween, so start of November. This is the second week in November, so I don't want to hear anything about this being old. It is a stout. It should be good. And again, I can't control the canned on date when this just released. I was just going to see on Untappd, it does not have the ABV or IBUs on there, so let's go ahead and get it in the glass. I have had this sitting out for about 15 minutes. Usually with stouts, you do want them to warm up some. There we go. Man, I can smell it from here. So we do have a chocolate head on there, all small bubbles. From that pour, about 1.5 fingers of head. Bubbles on the side are compact like dish soap. And before we get into this, I am a coffee fan. I like coffee in my beers, in my anything. I love coffee. So this one might be a little higher rating for me than it would be for you, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Let's go ahead and get a smell. Sweet roasted malt, very minimal, not anything in your face. I was thinking you would get a lot more coffee out of this, but it's like you can smell that lactose or that milk sugar that they're using and some roasted malts. I'm guessing that is a mixture of the malt and of the coffee beans. Yeah, very little light smell in there. Let's go ahead and get a drink. Medium body, you do get that milk sugar, that sugary kind of milk. I want to say like lactose, but obviously since it says milk sugar, it's going to be milk sugar. A very sweet like sugar in the roasted malt. Then it goes back, and then the aftertaste is coffee, and that is about it. Not a lot of coffee in the taste. To me, it's almost like a standard stout with some sugar added. I do get a little bit, oops. I do get a little bit of that roasted coffee almost burnt in the very back before it goes down. But yeah, not a real big roasted coffee taste in this. I guess you could say you're getting a little bit of chocolate, but for me, I think that sweet roasted malt up front goes almost into the back, then it turns into almost a bitter roasted coffee, then it goes down, then it's a light roasted coffee in your mouth. Excuse me. Not a bad one. I was really thinking that they would turn up that coffee in this one just because it is called Coffee House, but some of the ones last year are like this where that base stout, milk stout is all you really get, and I don't know how they make this, but I don't believe they added enough coffee, at least for me, on this one. Yeah. Yeah, you get that sweet sugar up front going back into a roasted malt, bitter coffee, then a nice lightly roasted coffee in the aftertaste. On this one, I'd probably have to go 3.75 out of 5. There's really nothing bad, but I think if you're going to call a beer a coffee house, it should be big in coffee. And I think that roasted malt in the base beer take over too much in this one. So if we look on Untapped, one of my friends has rated this at 4.50 out of 5. 95 people have had this average 3.8 out of 5. And I'm not sure Tyler did have it, so he gave it a 4.5. Nothing really on here saying anything what he thought about it. So yeah, definitely I guess one to try. Let me know if you know of any other Christmas things like this. I know Christmas. I know Shorts puts out a box also that we saw, and I think it's around the same price. I want to say that's $30. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you know of any other Christmas boxes like this. And if you like this, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, happy brewing.